consolidatory sort of market on our hands, but a lot of stocks are buzzing around, and one such stock is Trent. Post its numbers, that stock is up around 7%. There has been a margin expansion which has taken place. Mangalam is here with the details on that. Mangalam.
Well, incredible numbers coming in from Trent. No other way to describe it. You know, there was a huge revenue expansion at a time when the street is, struggling for areas where they see good consumer demand. EBITDA and net profits surge on high revenue growth, understandably so, because it's a retail business, so the operating leverage plays out. And it's the expansion of the Zudio format that Trent has laid out over the last couple of years, and that has become the key growth driver for the company as well. So just to run you through the consolidated numbers, the net profit grew by 189%. That was because the revenues of the company grew by 53%. Even if you look at year-on-year as a favorable base, there has been strong growth quarter-on-quarter as well. The EBITDA of the company has grown 80%. 13% margins turned into 15% itself. So Trent's numbers, despite the valuations and despite the big run-up in the stock, tells you two things. One, value fashion is the way to go for all the retailers in India who are looking to tap the growth opportunities beyond the metros, and that's what we've seen with Reliance's Zudio, Reliance's U-Star format as well, looking at Trent's growth in Zudio. And the second thing is that companies which trade at high valuations, if they consistently continue to report growth, the stock market continues to reward them irrespective of the valuations.
Absolutely. Just one question. Does Trent share what is the contribution of Zudio to their top line?
Well, they do, but much later in a press release, and not, exactly. It's usually just a few data points here and there. But that's one grouse that analysts have usually with Trent, that, the quality of information that they provide to analysts is not enough when it comes to individual brands. So we'll probably get some more data from them later.
They've definitely hit some magic mark with this Zudio, because quarter after quarter, it is this part of the business. And it really, it does not tie in with the wider sort of intellect that there is there in the market, that there's only premium consumption that's doing well.
V-Mart is also sort of value, fashion, but in the hinterlands, more of UP, etc.
Yeah.
And look at the numbers. The same store sales growth for V-Mart was down 4%.
It was under pressure.
Right?
I
the top line
think
growth
it's the house of brands as well, because if I'm not mistaken, Trent owns Zara as well in India.
Yeah.
So that would also probably be a big kicker. If Mangalam's still with us,
yep.
Mangalam, is this the company which houses Zara?
Yes, Trent is the company which has a joint venture with Zara, so it's basically reported in below the bottom line. However, now as we speak, I guess someone in the company heard me, we have a press release from them. They're saying that their strategic choices continue to drive growth amidst relatively subdued market conditions. As of September 30th, their portfolio has 223 West Side stores, 411 Zudio stores, and 27 stores across other lifestyle concepts. We don't have other details apart from the fact that Fashion Concepts registered a like-for-like growth of over 10%. So a company that was earlier known for just Westlife and a little bit of Zara has now twice the number of Zudio stores than Westside, and 10% plus like-for-like growth, which is a lot higher than all the other peers. All the other guys are value retailers. This one's the one which has cracked the product and the price mix really well.
Oh, absolutely. And this is a question for everybody in the market who says that it's only all about premium consumption, right? From real estate to jewelry. We keep talking about premiumization and how the bottom of the pyramid isn't doing well. If anything, these numbers from Trent and the way Zudio is growing, it really challenges that entire theory and that concept. Thank you, Mangalam, very much for a lot of that information and all the details there. Let's actually ask Deepan about this. Deepan Mehta, Director Elixir Equities, is our next guest on the show. Deepan, welcome you to the Trent debate. It just got me thinking, hearing Mangalam, that here you have everybody talking about how only premium consumption is working. Look at numbers from Trent quarter after quarter. What's your take on this stock?
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me on your show. See, you don't compare Trent with the other retail companies. This is an incredibly superb performance, and clearly Trent is an outlier. And the way the Zudio has worked out for them as a value retailer, I don't think it has been that successful for some of the other value retailers, especially, the other listed players per se. And at a time when consumer demand is slowing down, there is stress because of inflation on overall consumption pattern. To declare and report these kind of numbers is very impressive. And clearly, I think it justifies the high price to earnings multiple that this stock is trading at. See, Trent is one of the great secular growth stories within India, a great play on rising consumer spends, wealth effect, as well as rising consumer spending. and they still have a very, very long way to go in terms of increasing their network of stores. So I think great news coming through from Trent, another company from the Tata stable, after Titan to report these kind of great numbers.
Okay, all right. So Trent up around 7.5% at this point in time. It's rallied around 77% this year itself. That's the kind of outperformer that Trent has been. Well, we need to take a short break.